And now, an Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide Spotlight.
11-time Grammy Award winner Tony Lindsay, previous lead singer of Santana of 25 years, continues his legacy as an indie artist, leaving indelible marks of music excellence at every turn. Noted for penning songs for The Whispers, Tevin Campbell, and Howard Hewitt, Lindsay has contributed vocal backgrounds for icons such as the O'Jays, Teddy Pendergrass, Regina Belle, and countless notable artists. Put on your seatbelts as we travel down memory lane on an unforgettable journey with Lindsay and learn the unbelievable assignment that awaits the creative. The conversation starts now.
Well, hey everybody, welcome to another Music Monday. I am Sabrina Taylor, creator and host of the show. I am so honored that you are here tonight. I've got another magnificent artist. I mean, all of my guests are special and they're all magnificent. And I tell you, I'm on a roll here and I'm loving the ride. Happy to have you guys on. Before we bring on our guest, definitely want you to grab your phones, share, tag, invite, let everybody know. Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide is on. Literally, it's on and popping. I want you guys to please welcome my very, very special guest on tonight. Tony Lindsay is with us in the house.
What's up in the house?
Tony, hey.
How you doing?
I'm doing fabulous. Well, if you don't know, you will know by the time you guys leave this show. This cat, and I love using that terminology, has 11 Grammys. I said multi because I wasn't really sure. I mean, the last time we had an interview, I think I had it up on the banner. But I said, just in case he's garnered like 2 or 3 more, I'll just say multi-Grammy award winner. That's phenomenal. Tony?
Yes. Well, I was with you can't forget now. I was with Carlos Santana.
I got it. Yeah.
25 years, and that's where we got him. We got him off that album Supernatural.
It was. And see, that was my next point. You sang with the amazing, iconic Santana. Oh, gosh. So that
long time.
You're not just a performer. You write. Not just for yourself, though. You've written, look, I have a handful of people. Okay, so the Whispers. Yeah?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Tevin? We all know Tevin. Okay, let me say. Tevin Campbell? Yes?
Tevin Campbell. With working with Narda Michael Walden, we wrote that. Matter of fact, I don't even remember the song. Look what we'd have if you were mine. Oh, that was it. That was the name of it too.
That was you?
Look what we'd have if you were mine.
See, I've already
Whispers. Good things come to those who wait, but don't you ever be too late for love. And that's on their More of the Night album.
See, you guys didn't know you were going to come on here and get a concert, did you? I'm loving it. So, Johnny Gill.
Ooh. That one I can't remember. But that was also working with Narda. So that one had to come up. What was the name of that tune? Do you have it in front of you?
I can make it come in front of me. So it says, The Whispers, Tevin Campbell, Howard Hewitt.
Yeah,
Can't
it was
Get Over Your Love.
That was probably background on that song too.
Okay, what about Nikita Germain? Mm-hmm.
She was signed with at one time. She was signed with Motown.
Okay.
Yeah, just because, and I wrote that with a friend of mine, Elena Hugues.
Wow. Yeah, and they do. There are a list of like BGVs, like the OJ, Teddy Pendergrass. My favorite, Regina Belle. I love her.
Yep.
I love her. Olita Adams?
Olita Adams. That was the there was a movie done with that song that she did.
Let's see what it is. Many Rivers to Cross was
That's
the song.
That was it. It was in that one. That one was in a movie.
Oh, really?
That woman can sing, boy. Oh my gosh, she can sing.
Was that the movie Jason's Lyric?
That's
No?
it. That's the one.
Oh my God. You were singing BGVs?
Backgrounds in that with Alita.
Oh my God. Trying to see. Yes, absolutely. There's so many. It's amazing. What'd you do with Chaka Khan?
That was a performance with. Matter of fact, it had to be a show that we did because we were myself and Nikita Germain and another lady by the name of Sakai. We were the three background singers for Chaka Khan, Stevie Wonder.
Yep.
We did this. We did a show. Matter of fact, I think Prince was on that show too. That was way back in, and George Michael was on that show.
George Michael.
I think Cheryl Crow might have been on that show.
James Taylor.
Yep. So they had us, all the folks that Narda had worked with. He had the three of us be the background singers for that. We had, was Patty Austin? Is her name on there too?
Her name's on there too.
Oh yeah.
You are you guys. We had fun before we were having fun right now. So I've been screaming about Tony's vocals ever since I heard. I may mention it later on in the show, but I tell you, you are just an immaculate singer, and you know you're not in a box, and that's what I love about you. You know, you're very versatile. If you wanted to sing blues, jazz, R&B, country, whatever,
There's a new album out. Matter of fact, we're getting a lot of airplay right now on WBGO radio station, which is the #1 jazz station out of New York City.
Yeah.
And we're getting played out here. It's an album called Synergy.
Synergy, okay.
Guys, the Michael O'Neill Sextet featuring Tony Lindsay. I'm doing all the vocals on this album, and the radio stations are eating it up.
I am so jealous, man. You know, we were also talking about Cece. So when I'm in hair and makeup, I want to relax myself because sometimes it depends on the guest. I still get some butterflies. I'm not really nervous. I just want to be calm. I don't want any drug induced show. So I go to Cece Winans' throne room. Mm-hmm. And I just let it play. And it is so soothing. So you guys, that's what I was listening to before Tony.
Her voice will definitely soothe you. That's for sure.
She's so
like I was telling you, that's the closest to Whitney Houston that I've ever heard. So,
I agree with you. You want to work with her, you think?
Woo!
You can do it. You can do it. Let's put it in the atmosphere.
I love that. But you know, I mean, competing with her brother, BB, who is a monster.
He is a monster.
That dude can sing, man. I love his voice.
And he's just so composed and nonchalant. It's like he's just eating it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? It's so amazing.
He's his voice. I love it. I like that him and the Jeffrey Osborne sound, and you know, and that King Cole sound.
So soothing, just so soothing. Yeah.
You hear those voices and you relax immediately.
Absolutely. Before we go to break, I want to ask about one more thing. The NBA, are you still performing? I
do all of the national anthems out here in the San Francisco Bay Area. I do the Warriors, Giants. I started doing the Oakland A's, and now they're getting ready to move to Las Vegas, so that'll be done. The Sharks, which are in San Jose. And who did I miss? Did I miss somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, now they're going to have a WNBA team out here as of next year. So hopefully they'll call me for those too.
And they will. Yeah. I'm sure they will.
This is home, so you know, I'm out here. I'm a Bay Area cat. I'm from New York, but I've been in California for 44 years now.
Shut up. So you see my New York studio behind me then, right?
I love it. I always have New York in my blood.
Really? I was there. Well, let me do this. Let's take a quick break, and maybe if it comes back to my memory, I'll chat about it. But we got to take one break at least.
No problem.
Before we start chatting and getting down to the nuts and bolts of everything. So chill out. I'll be back with you. Tony is in the house. You guys, I love this dude. He is just so easy to interview. I mean, it's just like talking like nobody's there, so to speak. But don't go away. We will be back with more Tony Lindsay on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide.
Join us every Monday at 7:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to hear the stories of artists you love and discover artists you'll learn to love on Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide via Facebook and YouTube. We are expanding.
You can locate us on 7 affiliate radio stations.
Rebroadcasting Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide segments around the globe. Come on, join the indie community.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. I hope there are some new viewers that popped in while we had the little commercial break. My special guest tonight is 11-time Grammy Award winner, Tony Lindsay. He's here tonight. You're down in the studio?
I'm in my studio now, right here in San Francisco. I came here to try to create some new music, but sometimes we go through those times where nothing's coming out.
So what do you do to inspire yourself? I'm glad you brought that up. Nice segue. What do you do when the creative juices just are not flowing in that moment?
Well, you have to relax, and just because I've been working on so many different projects. I just finished mixing my the last song for my Christmas album. Just finished that, and just got finished mixing and mastering a new single that's going to be coming out after the single that's out now. I got a new single out.
Oh, wow.
That new single is called "I'm Not That Cat."
That's the one that's currently out.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So then I had to make sure I had the next one that's going to be released after that. I got that one done. So, it's probably time for me to just to chill, because I got a lot of shows coming up this week, and sometimes you need to take a break.
Just chill.
Yeah.
And speaking of just, the music and the setup of one song after the other, so then that must mean that you have a lot of music already.
Oh,
that
yeah.
You can just, okay. Yeah.
And I come in here and I'll fool around with some 8 or 16 bar little groove things and see if I can say, I don't like that. Hit delete. Maybe I'll come up. Yeah, I do that a lot. But then a lot of them I keep on my whatever they call it, and don't erase them. And I'll come back and check them out later and see if something gets inspired. But you never know. I'm in a different space right now, head-wise. So I'm, because I got a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to be doing a lot of traveling these next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
I'm trying to memorize a lot of these songs that I have to be doing. And it's taking up some of my brain space.
Exactly. So you do use like a voice recorder to kind of keep your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Definitely. On my phone.
Yeah. Exactly.
I can wake up at 3:00 in the morning to go to the bathroom, and
there it is.
Something might start playing in my head.
You're minding your own business.
It's happened several times.
I'm sure.
Or just in the car driving, all of a sudden, boom. You want to have it. That's the good thing about having these phones now. You have access to everything right in your hand.
Absolutely. So you're a writer, you're a performer, producer. Yeah. Is there like one that you love more than the other, or equally?
Equally. because I love them all, you know, and especially the performance part of it too. It's like, you know, in the writing, because I'm gonna tell you, I've never had any formal musical training. Everything that I do is just based out of feeling. I'm not one of these type of keyboard players that can sit down here and just rip stuff off. You know, I take songs a section at a time and put them together that way. And since I have my own studio, I only have the studio for my own writing purposes. And if I need to study stuff, I don't rent out studio time.
Good for you.
This is my man cave just for me.
I was gonna say, your man cave, man.
I don't let anybody in here at all. What? Nobody comes in here. I got some friends. Man, I need to come over and hang out with you and write. No. Once you start that, then they're going to be expecting to come and hang out. And I'm not coming here just to hang out. I come over here to get some work done.
So, I mean, like, nobody but you've been in your studio?
Nobody.
Really? Totally?
Nobody comes in here. I come in the building, come in my room, lock the door.
Whoa. That's serious.
Oh, yeah.
I've never heard that before.
Well, you got to have your own space. When I go home, I don't have any of this stuff at my house.
Right.
And for a reason, because if I had my studio at my house, I'd never get anything done.
That's true. That is so true.
You got the refrigerator there. You got the TV there. The only any type of TV screen that I have is the one I'm looking at you at right now. My computer that I do all my work. That's it.
Wow. That's amazing.
There's nothing else.
I had no idea. None. Well, I'm going to switch gears a little bit. You had begun, before we went to break, you begun to talk about as a kid and singing in groups and the patent leather shoes. And before the stardom, before Santana, before travel, before all of the Chakas and the James Ingrams and Stevie Wonders and Patty Austins and all those people, what were you doing before all of this? I mean, did you have a normal, because, you know, a lot of singers don't have normal lives, but, you know, did you like work in retail? Did you work in restaurants? What'd you do?
I went to college at Albany State University, but everywhere I went, I always made sure I found a musician so I can do some performing or get in a band or something like that. And when I first moved to California, I took on a couple of jobs. I worked at a store called Montgomery Ward's, which was
that's crazy. I remember that
a long time ago.
Yeah,
there, and I worked at another place called Guitar Center. You know, and then I worked at a which is kind of like a men's warehouse kind of. I worked at another called the Clothing Clearance Center because I wanted to make sure I could have some really nice clothing.
Sure.
And if I had to buy the clothing, I wanted to make sure I got the absolute best price of buying that stuff because, you know, I had to look good.
You're so smart. I love it.
But music was, I always have been involved music-wise. I mean, I have, it's in the blood. I can't.
Of course.
I don't understand it. And it was like the kind of thing, I went to college, but I went to school and I didn't even take any music classes in school. I took all business and accounting because I wanted to know if I started making some decent money, I wanted to know where to put it.
I love it.
I'm like, I said, you know, the music part of it, the music side of it, I'm going to take care of that myself, but I need to know where to put some money when I get it.
Tony, you're hilarious. You've been to
telling you.
You said, show me the money.
Yeah. And where am I going to put it?
Oh, that is too funny.
Well, because I wanted to make sure I got myself to that point because, you know, dealing with record companies and all that, you don't know if they're going to sign you or not. And especially once you get past a certain age, you can forget about the record companies looking at you. So I wanted to be able to be self-sufficient, have my own money, and pay my own way. Because first, I don't like borrowing from anybody because I don't like paying it back. I hate it. So everything I do, I pay for it myself. That way, I don't have to worry about nobody.
Wow.
I don't owe anybody a doggone thing.
You mean like project-wise?
Project-wise, I pay for all my stuff myself.
Wow. That's amazing. Because, you know, the record labels are just kind of looking at kids these days. It's not for the mature, if you want to,
And you got to understand, any money that a record company puts out on you, they're going to recoup that before you make a dime.
I know.
These kids, they get signed and they get all this big money, and they shooting these videos, going out and buying these expensive cars with all that stuff. You ain't going to see a dime of that money until the record company recoups all of that. And by the time they recoup it all, they might drop you.
That's true. Then what? Exactly. Wow.
So,
this some good stuff, right, y'all? I know. They'll probably be screaming, "Oh, we want more!" No, I know there's some comments down there about this. Yeah.
The youngsters need to know about all this stuff. It's like there's no free ride.
No, none at all. And then at the end of the journey, and they see the tab. It's like, well, wait a minute. I was touring everywhere, but everywhere that person went, they were spending money and don't have an entourage. Oh,
forget it. Because once the money's gone, the entourage is gone too. They ain't gonna hang around you if you don't have no money.
Isn't that something?
And I've never had any of that.
Oh,
I've never had a manager.
What?
Nope, I don't have a manager now. Everything
Do you have an agent? Do you have an agent?
I get it. I don't have an agent either. I get everything I get. Somebody has seen or heard or whatever and contact me, and I've been writing my own ticket.
Did you see me?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I've always said, when I find that person that can do more for me than I can do for myself, and they don't want to have a retainer. They want to get their money, and everything I do, they got to be attached to. When I find that person that what you bring to me, that's what you get paid on. All the stuff that I've done in the past and anything that I get on my own, you have nothing to do with that. You make your money on what you bring to me. That's it.
These 360 deals or something, aren't they?
Crazy.
I know. I get it. Well, so how about turning point? What was the major turning point for you? So I know you probably sang in bands and did your thing and nightclubs and all of that. What actually happened, or what was that impactful moment that really set it off for you professionally?
Well, I think the moment came in my own thinking, because I know a lot of people that, their parents, they might send them away to college and say, you know what, if you want to do that, you need to have this education thing and that, so that you have something to fall back on. Mm-hmm. When you set yourself up for falling back on something, that's exactly what you're going to do. I set myself up that I was going to, this is sink or swim. That's it.
So you had no plan B, basically, is what you're saying.
None. I put everything in because I believe in myself, in my talent, and it's a trip because everything that happened with me with the Santana thing and all that, it came from people recognizing me and seeing what my talent was and seeing what I can do, and asking me, man, would you like to do an audition for such and such, or I think you can do this gig, and boom, this stuff happened.
Really? So is that how it happened with Santana?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Came on a record with what's his name, Chester Thompson, keyboard player.
Okay.
He had played with Tower of Power at one time. And we had this band here in the Bay Area called Spangalang, which had a drummer in the band by the name of Ronnie Beck, who filled in for Dave Garibaldi, who was the Tower of Power at one time. So Ronnie and Chester got to be really good friends. Mm-hmm. So every time Chester would come off the road, he'd come and see our band, because the group Spangalang, we had that band was something else. We had 5 people in the band, and everybody had lead singer type voices. So you can imagine what our harmonies and everything were like when we were doing stuff. Yeah. So Chester would come and see us, and then this one time he came, he left Tower of Power and went to Santana. Carlos stole him from Tower of Power and brought him over to Santana. So he says, hey, Carlos is starting to audition new singers. He said, you want me to throw your name in the pot for this? I went, absolutely. So now at the time, I was doing a whole bunch of work here in the Bay Area. I was doing jingles. I was doing jingles at least 4 times a week. And on top of the jingles, I was working with Narda Michael Walden doing all these background sessions.
That's
and
right.
they happened to be the studio I was doing the jingles, and where Narda's studio was, and where the Santana audition were, which his office, the Santana office, they were all within 2 or 3 blocks of each other.
Oh, how convenient was that?
So that day I didn't have a jingle that to do that day, but I had a session with Narda. So I went over and did the Santana audition, and after I did the audition, I went over to my recording session.
Oh boy!
And when I got home that evening, this is back at the time when we had answer machines too. We didn't have our the fancy cell phones like we got now. When I got home that night, there must have been about 5 or 6 messages from the Santana office on there.
No way.
Carlos really loves you, man. He said, do you want the gig or not? And he kept calling, and I called him back, and that's how it happened.
Wait a minute. Do you want the gig or not?
So I want the gig or not. Because I was doing the recording session, so I didn't even check my answer machine because I was busy.
I am just blown away.
Because they didn't know if I was interested in doing it or not.
Yeah.
So I finally called him back and said, yeah, he really likes you, man. He did, and that was it.
Wow. This is. Wait a minute. Hold on. We've got it. I want to take this one last break.
No problem.
We can just chop it up until we can't chop it up anymore. So put a pin in it. We'll come back in just a minute. I love this guy. I told you he was going to be amazing. Isn't his story amazing? Yeah. Hello. It's Tony Lindsay. You guys right here on Unsigned Artist Reveal. Don't go too far. We'll be right back.
The Platinum Agencies is taking the indie brand to the next level with customized strategies that include interviews on Unsigned Artist Reveal worldwide, as well as campaigns on social media. Listen to what these artists have to say about us. Soul R&B artist Selena Albright says, I believe in the Platinum Agencies and the amazing things it will continue to do for independent artists in the future. Not only does Sabrina Taylor have an ear for the best-kept secrets in the music industry, but in a market where independently made music tends to be greatly overshadowed, her platform offers a unique opportunity for all artists to be heard. Some of my favorite interviews of my career have been with Sabrina Taylor. She really knows how to ask the right questions to capture the hidden story behind the music that fans want to hear. And I've always been so moved by her ability to pair her original imagery to my music whenever I visit her platform. Soul jazz artist Cherie Patrice says, UAR is a great platform and source for indie artists to promote, expound, and extend their brand. You can always count on UAR to capture the essence, the heart, and the soul of an indie artist within its presentation. I always feel welcomed, celebrated, and in good hands with its CEO and founder, Sabrina Taylor, who puts her grand touch of elegance and excellence on every artist she comes in contact with. I highly endorse the UAR worldwide experience. Connect with the Platinum Agencies at tpatheplatinum-agencies.com.
So I'm getting kind of teary-eyed because it's almost time to wrap it up. Man, I could
Go ahead and cry, because I'm trying to come up with a new song. See,
what does that have to do with?
Well, I got writer's block right now, and if you start crying, then that might bring something out. You see what I'm saying?
That's your inspiration, right?
Oh yeah, you never know what's gonna inspire us. You don't know.
Oh my Lord. So I was reading Upscale magazine, yeah? And there's this article because I love Frankie Beverly and Maze. Who does not? One of my favorite songs from Frankie Beverly and Maze is We Are One. Every time I hear that song, I don't know, something about it I love, right? Of course, we like Joy and Pain. Yeah, okay. And there are just so many, but We Are One is like at the top for me. So I'm reading this article and disclosing it was written by Dr. Thela Thatch. I think it was on May 14th. So I am quoting, okay, after this tour, meaning the Frankie Beverly tour, Beverly plans to retire. You guys listening to this? Passing the lead vocalist role to guess who?
Who?
Tony Lindsay, while Maze will continue performing as Maze honoring Frankie Beverly. Tony?
Ain't that a trip?
Tony.
And see,
Tony.
But you see, like I was saying, and before we took the break,
yep,
I didn't do an audition for that.
You didn't? I was going to ask you now, Tony. Come on.
I got friends, Carl Wheeler, who is the keyboard player.
Okay.
He called me and asked me if I'd be interested in doing it. And I went, absolutely.
Who does this happen for?
Everything that I ended up getting into is because of my body of work. And then Carl said, he said, I got to tell you, because he lives out here in the Bay Area too. Him and Vernon Black, the guitar player. He said, I went to this club in San Jose, long time ago. It was a couple of the 49ers, Ronnie Lott, Keena Turner, Eric Wright, and all those guys. They owned this jazz club downtown San Jose years ago. Okay. And I used to work at a different club with my band Spang-A-Lang. For 13 years, we worked at this other place called Lord John's. Lord John's shut down, and Ronnie Lott and them came to me and said, "Hey, man, we want to move you guys. We're getting ready to open up a new jazz club. We want to move you guys down to our club on that Wednesday night since this other place is shut down."
Sure.
Down there, Carl Wheeler came down from Oakland with one of his friends brought him down there, and he said he heard our band, and he said, "You guys did a couple Maze tunes that night." He said, and I never forgot that. He said, "So I'm calling you to ask you if you would." I said, "Absolutely interested." Are you kidding me?
You guys hear how quiet, because I'm not. I talk all the time. OMG, Tony. So for real, that's
for real.
True story.
For real. True. And you know what's crazy about it? Because I'm going to be meeting Frankie pretty soon. Yeah, definitely going to be meeting him. But you know what's really crazy about it? The church that I grew up in upstate New York, in Kingston, New York.
Yeah.
Frankie's Uncle John was the deacon at our church. And I had no idea. So one day he came to me at one of our family reunions, and he said, "You ever heard of a guy named Frankie Beverly?" He said, "You live in California right now." This is when I was out here. I said, "Yeah." And so he said, "Well, you live near this town?" And I said, Yeah, that's over on the other side of the bay from where I live." He said, "You ever heard of Frankie?" I went, "Absolutely. Who haven't heard of Frankie Beverly? Come on."
Hello.
He said, "Well, that's my nephew, you know." I went, "Are you kidding me?" So I got some because I know part of the family. And so all of this is working out pretty good. I can't, because that band is something else.
Just tell me about it. It's hot. I mean, Frankie Beverly's band has always been like top notch.
Yeah. And Frankie, I mean, what can we say? What an absolute, we all grew up listening to Maze.
That was me. I go to Chicago with the fam. I think I shared this on one show. In our youth, maybe you're from New York, so you probably don't know about this because it's just us Southerners that did this. So, do you remember the station wagons? They were green, and along each side they had wood panels. Do you remember?
Absolutely.
Okay. So we had that excursion in that type of station wagon going from Arkansas to Chicago. And when we would get there, my aunt was a club owner, right? And that's probably why I've got all this entertainment in me as well. She had this nightclub, I think, was it called the Tam Tam? Something like that. So when you would get to her house, Frankie Beverly and Maze were just going. I mean, you could hear them before you walked in the door, right? Earth, Wind, and Fire, Teddy Pendergrass,
all of this.
Stevie Wonder, all of those greats were just going off. I mean, those were really the days. But I said that to say, yeah, Maze featuring Frankie Beverly, that was like top tier in her house.
Woo!
Man.
Something else, man.
So speaking of, your music, it's been a singles market for years now, especially since COVID. There's been a lot of singles dropping, like some people drop singles 1 month after another.
Sounds like me.
Oh, of course. And so will you be putting out any LPs extended?
Oh yeah. Because see what I do a lot of, and you know what? I'm in a way, I'm kind of glad that it's like that, because think back on, I don't know how many times in the past, I would hear this song on the radio. I go, oh my God, that's so good. Who's that artist? Find out who the artist is. Oh man, I'm going to go get that out. Go get the album, and that would be the only song on there worth listening to.
And I surely get that.
You see what I'm saying? But now, you put out a single, you better make sure that it's going to be, try to make it as much of a hit as possible.
As possible, exactly.
So what I do is I put the singles out, and then after I have 6, 7, 8 of them, put all those singles on and out.
Got it.
That's it.
That's
and it forces you now to you got to really think about your writing and stuff, and make sure it's radio friendly, and keep things at a certain time. And I try to keep the songs at about 4 minutes, because I know radio really they really like that. And the shorter, if you can go 2:50, because you think about it, all those Motown hits, they were 2 minutes and 50 seconds long.
We were just talking about that. Absolutely.
3 minutes maximum.
Okay, so then since it was brought back to me, because I said if I remember it, I will bring it back up. I don't know. I really had no intention of doing this for real. So you guys, I told Tony I almost drove off the road, right? Because I love Spotify. I mean, I know it's not paying you guys what you should make, but I love the process of it, right? So I'm listening to songs, and then it pulls similar songs, right? And so I was listening to this one artist, and then all of a sudden I heard this groove. And I heard the groove before I heard the voice. I was like, oh, now this is going to be good, because I could hear the bass line. Guys, I love a great bass line. Then all of a sudden I started hearing the runs, and I thought I was listening to Maurice White. I thought it was an older song. Honestly, I did. So then I started hearing him, and I was like, that doesn't sound like anything I've heard recently at all. Lo and behold, because the song was just bothering my spirit, I had to see what it was, right? So I pick up my phone and I look at it, and it's California, right? So Sandy Shore has this. Is it like singles that she's put out, or she's definitely?
Well, like, she's doing commercials for smoothjazz.com.
There we go. So he, bless his soul, he was doing the 17-mile drive mix. Okay, so Sandy, if you're watching this, I'm promoting this for you. And because this cat right here sang the heck out of California. It needs to be a release. I want a whole song because it's only like 2 minutes and like 6 seconds, Tony. I said, are you kidding me?
Like
Where
Motown hits.
I was so pissed off. I said, oh my God. That?
Yeah, that was fun. It was fun doing that.
Whoa.
Oh,
And
yeah.
look at me. I'm pushing other people's stuff and I'm here for you. It's about I'm Not That Cat. So that's the recent single, right?
It's right now.
That you have out now.
I'm Not That Cat.
We're going to do the premiere of I'm Not That Cat. But I want you to set up, because when I saw the title of I'm Not That Cat, I thought, okay, there's got to be a story behind
Oh yeah.
this particular song. So are you the sole writer of
That's
I'm Not That? Okay. So what was your thought? when
Well,
you
the
wrote
thing is like the lyric says, stop trying to hold on. Let it go, let it go, let it go.
Mhm.
Living on the memory, don't block the path of your future's growth.
Mm.
Early in life, I planted seeds. Just keep living because the world will change. Some things that once were a part of me, somehow they just don't feel the same. I'm not that cat.
All right, everybody, it is time to reveal the music premiere by our special guest tonight, 11-time Grammy Award winner, Tony Lindsay. I'm Not That Cat. So we'll be back in just a moment. Stay tuned and enjoy.
Stop trying to hold on. Let it go, let it go, let it go. And live it on a memory. Don't block the path of your future's growth. Early in life, I planted seeds. Just keep living, cause the world will change. Yeah. Some things that once were a part of me, somehow they just don't feel the same. I'm not that cat no more. No, I ain't that cat. I'm not that cat anymore. Oh no, I ain't that cat. I'm not that cat. My beating heart found a syncopated rhythm that's been good to me. Yeah, got my full attention. Easy for me to see. I found a different walk, different taste. I found the pace that keeps me living smarter. Not trying to be a wannabe. Time to face the truth and reality. I'm not that cat. Oh no, I ain't that cat. I'm not that cat anymore. No, I ain't trying to be. I'm not that cat anymore. Oh no, I ain't that cat.
Tony, you're phenomenal. You're just absolutely phenomenal.
Wow.
Yep.
You know another tune that you got to look up?
Okay.
They did a duet with this beautiful young lady, and her name is escaping me right now. But the tune it's a Smokey Robinson song.
I've heard it, and I think that it is amazing. And what is even more amazing, it's just going straight up the R&B chart.
Yes, it is. Being With You is the tune.
Yes. Your music is everywhere. You're everywhere. Your talent, your gift is just making room for you before great men, you know. And I'm honored to know thee, Tony.
I appreciate you calling me and doing this interview. I love it. And indie artists, I want a message for indie artists, and actually any artist doing music.
Mm-hmm.
You know, don't let people shoot you down and tell you, you know, you can't do that or this don't sound right. You have to believe in yourself.
That's
you
right.
really have to do it. And if you like what you hear coming from yourself, you have to. You got to act on that. Don't sit on it. There's room for everybody.
Everybody
in the arts. Everybody has something to offer. And don't let anybody tell you that, you know, you're not good enough for it. Don't believe that. Because people are, you know, people, there's misery loves company. You got to remember.
That's right.
So people will tell you stuff to keep you down because they don't want you to do better than what they're doing. I don't listen to any of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I stay in my own lane. I ain't trying to be like nobody else. You know, I appreciate all these other artists and the people that have talent. I'm like, oh man, I love that. Love hearing great singers, great musicians and all of that. And they do things that I can't do. I do things that they can't do.
Right.
So that makes room for everybody.
Everybody's gift is important. Remember the love award you just talked about?
That's right.
You give love away, you know, you'll get it back. So whatever you put out there, you'll get back. So
love is free.
There we go.
Ooh, that's a song title right there.
See, I inspired you.
You know what? I might not go meet with these fellas, and I might have to let me write that down right now. I haven't been able to think of anything for a couple days now. I'm like,
no, wait a minute. Do I get credit?
Actually, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I
can't even find a piece of paper right now.
Oh my goodness.
Sabrina Taylor, I'm telling you, thank you so much. Thank you for creating this platform for unsigned artists.
But you are an amazing creative, and I just really appreciate you. I appreciate all that you're giving to us.
Thank
You
you.
inspire us. Yes, you inspire us to go higher, to go deeper, and to give the love word.
Telling you,
and I appreciate that.
you really gotta believe in yourself and a lot of stuff.
Absolutely.
Don't let nobody tell you can't do, because I've been told that before, and I just look at them and laugh. Like, really? Really?
You can do whatever you set your mind to do.
Believe it.
Absolutely. So touring, are you going to tour?
Well, I'm going to see what I got a couple of trips because I go to Europe and other places quite a bit. But once we start the rehearsals with the Maze thing and all that, we'll see what's going to happen with how much touring they're going to do.
Wow, I'm excited about the Maze thing. It is just very exciting, and I just wish you well. I mean, just as much as you can stand, all the joy you can stand.
Because it's introducing me to a whole different audience.
Exactly, Tony.
Completely different. Because the Santana audience was completely different.
Wow.
Than actually any other audience that I've had.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can't understand why we treat each other in this way.
Don't you start, Tony. See, you're going to have people sending like, what's your Zelle? What's your Cash App?
Taking up time with the silly, silly games we play. Go on.
Man, look at
Tell me
you.
where.
I can't wait. I want to come to a live performance. Once it's all said and done, you get in there, you get it going. I want to be at a live performance.
I heard that.
Yes.
I
Yes.
expect to see you there.
Well, it's going to happen. I'm
In
putting it
all white.
exactly. And I'm putting it in the atmosphere.
Yes.
So it's bound to happen.
Yeah, I put it in there a long time ago.
So I always ask this question before I let my guests go for the evening. What is it you want new and not artists, but those who've already experienced you? What do you want them to walk away with when they listen to your music? Mm-hmm.
I want them to walk away fulfilled.
Wow.
You know, if they came to the show and something was bothering them that night, once they got to the show and heard me singing and all that, they completely forgot about what was bothering them when they came here.
Wow.
That's what I want. And when they leave there, you know, because like I tell everybody all the time, anything that you can fix, if you have a problem, anything that you can fix, go ahead and fix it. If you can't fix it, throw it up to the wind, let it go. Because you're not going to do anything but frustrate yourself trying to fix it.
That's true. That's absolutely true.
Just let it go. So when you come to the show, whatever is bothering you, I hope I do something, sing something, say something, or come over and give you a hug or whatever that just takes that right away from you.
Wow. Well, I think that's very attainable. And I think you're already doing that. I really do.
I try to touch people. You know, you touch one person, man, you've done your job.
Absolutely.
And these guys keep on buzzing me.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. They want you.
I know.
Well, Tony, you have just really entertained us. You've inspired us. You've encouraged us. And I appreciate you so much for coming tonight.
And I want to come back.
Please do.
Definitely.
Please do. Okay. I'm going to hold you to that because it's recorded. It's recorded and everybody heard you.
Just let me know. Hey, it's on you. You were so busy.
For real?
How many guests have you had on this show?
Oh.
Well, there you go, right there. There's your answer.
Ooh, I can't count.
It took you 10 years to get around to me.
Well, you've not been on this platform, but you were on one of my platforms. That was just.
I should be on all your platforms.
Well, I only have two, so you've been on all of them so far.
It's okay if you create another one. Put me on that one too.
I will call you for the next one. Tony, thank you so very much.
And the next time you talk to our buddy Daryl Anders, tell him I said hi. Okay. I'll probably see him before you will, because he lives out here by me.
He's out there with you. Yeah, absolutely. He's been trying to get me out there ever since COVID. It's like, when are you coming out? I don't know. But we'll make it happen. We'll make it. He's playing all over the place, and I'm so proud of him as well. So we'll see.
Got to keep it going.
Absolutely. Well, listen, everybody, I appreciate you. And Tony, you've got to go back. The comments are going to be there. I'm sure there are going to be people who are asking questions that I can't answer because they're not for me. They're for you.
Cool.
And so you could just go into the chat at the end of the show and just kind of peruse around and navigate through. And I'm sure they will appreciate you connecting with them. You guys, you've got to, I'm so glad I said connecting. You've got to follow. Go to TonyLindsay.com and just keep up with him. Make sure that you connect with him on all the socials. I have it down there for you. And
my music is on everything. You can get me on iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. I mean, everywhere where it's internet download platform stuff. I'm on all of that stuff.
Everything. He's everywhere.
Everywhere.
He's everywhere. Literally. He is. So again, you guys, you have all the information for our special guest tonight, Tony Lindsay. It's been such a pleasure and just an honor just to chat with you and sit sort of in the same space to talk about your journey and your music. Well, listen, everybody, remember, what you make happen for others, God will make happen for you. Have a great night, Tony. Stay connected. Don't go away.
Oh, absolutely.
I want you guys to come back because next Monday, it's still off the chain. Every Monday is off the chain here at Unsigned Artist Reveal Worldwide. You guys have a great night. I will see you again soon. Take care.